hey, you're here. I'll catch up with you. Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car. Get yourself settled, and then head out to practice when you're ready. I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Toro Rosso are famed for nurturing promising talent and kickstarting the careers of exciting drivers, from Vettel to Sainz to Ricciardo. But they're much more than that. This is a strong team that expects regular points finishes.
Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to our F1 2019 career mode. As you can see, I have joined Toro Rosso for our very first season. And yeah, hopefully it should be quite an exciting season. But obviously, as you can see here on the R&D chart, we are third worst team on the grid, so we're not too great, but we're just below Renault and just ahead of Alpha, so we should be fairly competitive in the midfield. But yeah, I'm just gonna skip over to qualifying and see you guys there.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
So qualifying was fairly decent to begin with, quite smooth, not much really happened until sometime in the first lap. I had a bit of an incident with Perez there as he went off the track. We almost made contact, but just narrowly missed him. But in the end, in Q1, I really didn't do too well, and I ended up only qualifying P17, which is really not where the team wanted me. They were in P16, so I wasn't really too far off. I was literally one position off, but it's a shame I couldn't get through into Q2 as my teammate had by quite a bit, which is quite annoying. But then obviously, back to the factory, Gasly is beating me in the rivalry system-y thingy, but not much really
it's not
going
quite
on.
where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.
No, it isn't the end of the world, Jeff. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, not much else to say, so let's just get right on into the race.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh-looking spread of tyre compounds, and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red Bull, who have switched to the Honda power unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Albon, Butler, Magnussen, Norris and Pierre Gasly, Raikkonen, Perez, Romain Grosjean and Sainz, Stroll, Weber, Byrne and Daniel Ricciardo. Kubica and George Russell ends our grid lineup, and with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Your target today is 16th place.
Short and sweet. I like it, Jeff. So obviously these are going to be 25% races, just because I don't really want to spend too much time doing all the racing. But if you guys want me to do 50% races, then just comment below and I will. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of the formation lap when we're lining up on the grid. Alright, so here we are, lining up on the grid, the Melbourne GP for our very first F1 Grand Prix. We're the second lowest rookie on the grid, because Russell is below us, but he's in a Williams, so what can you expect? Obviously, here we are, revving it up, and we're off for our first ever GP. It's a decent start, not too bad, but you can see Ricardo there, it's coming up alongside us, but we go late on the brakes. Oh, well, end plates flying everywhere there, and we'll go side by side with our former F2 teammate, really just forces us to the limits of the track here. We just switch it round. You can see a racing point end plate flying around there. And we make it done past Weber, but here is the replay of how Stroll lost his front end plate by just slamming into the back of his teammate. I lose my back end at that. Really feeling the pressure from Weber. But now it is just trying to survive this first lap without any damage. As everyone else seems got quite a bit of damage, but here we go. Up the inside of Carlos Sainz. Nice and easy, he didn't really put up too much of a fight there. So we now move later on into the first lap. Right behind Stroll. See our teammate up there, still in 10. He got through into Q3, which is just mental. He really outdid us. But, oh, Stroll's pushed us right off the track there. Yeah, Gasly's done a really good job, and he could be bringing home 1 point for Toro Rosso today, which would be really, really good. But here comes Stroll back at us again, and I think, yep, Sainz has also got us. Not quite. I think we can go later on the brakes than them. Yep, we do. Chucking it into turn 1. Staying ahead of Sainz, but Stroll's managed to put it back ahead of us. Isn't quite what we wanted. We go really late there. We're getting a bit touchy with the back of Stroll, and we're getting ready to touch now. Oh, well, I think his front wing there clipped the back of us. That was completely my fault. I really did leave him no room, but he didn't really leave me room there, and I guess I just got a bit frustrated. But ended up affecting us both, and I just slowed myself down at the end of the day. So on me, I'm gonna say. Stroll really didn't do anything wrong. Now we've just got to really try to push to catch up to Perez if we want to look at points. But you can see there, proximity arrow, Stroll's looking for a move beat. Just can't quite get it. And now, coming into lap 3, DRS is now enabled, but we're not close enough at all to Raikkonen to be able to use that in any way. But we have broken away from Stroll, so he won't be catching up to us. And now, lap 4, we're really actually gaining Raikkonen now, as he's making a move on Grosjean around the outside. And they stay side by side. Raikkonen's getting really pushed to the edge there. And they stay right next to each other, but Raikkonen managed to get Grosjean around the outside and then covers off that inside coming into the penultimate turn. And their squabbling has allowed us to really close in now, and we're right in the back of Grosjean. You can see Ferrari engine in the back of that house is really starting to pull away.
You'll be on the mediums.
And as Jeff says, we are getting close to our pit window, which is lap 7. So, going to make sure we're prepared for that. But as we move on later on to lap 5, we've really closed in on Grosjean. We cut down a little bit there, but we lose our back end, which is fair enough because it was basically an illegal overtake there, cutting the corner a little bit. So, I deserved that little back end loss to just see me a bit less. We are really close to Grosjean here. Right on the back of him. As we come across the final corner, we have DRS now. And you can see Grosjean pulling away. The Honda engine really isn't going too well
To
for
teammate
us.
ahead is 5.7 seconds.
And Gasly's 5 seconds ahead of us, which is not ideal. But we are right behind Grosjean now. He's still decided to pull away, but we go for a big dive up the inside of Romain Grosjean. And we've actually managed to do that. That was absolutely insane. Here's a replay of that. As we make big dive up the inside, and we basically land into right to the side of him. But neither of us take any damage, so all's well's there. But now it's the hunt to catch up to Raikkonen. But later on, lap 6, now you can see Grosjean's looking for a move on us, and Sainz is actually looking for a move on Grosjean now, because he's looking. But no, the Spaniard can't do anything with Grosjean just yet. But he'll probably have a look on him down this start finish straight, but I'm really going on the grass now. I'm really trying to focus on Raikkonen here, trying to push it as much as I
We
can.
expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Right, grip levels falling away, as Jeff says.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Alright. In lap, we're really over target on our fuel, so I've gone into rich mix there. Didn't realise that. I probably overfueled the car at the start, but you can see
Some
Sainz
information on
and Grosjean
Ricardo.
going
They
really
seem to
close.
have an issue.
And Ricardo apparently has an issue, but there you go. Sainz has made it through on Grosjean. Here's a replay of that as they go side by side out of turn 2 all the way down to turn 3. Sainz is really not giving an inch there for Grosjean and just squeezed him out and then turned into turn perfect time. But hopefully it's in the show of Sainz's pace to come, and he doesn't just fly past us. But he is, as you can tell by that proximity arrow, really close to us now. But it is our in lap, so we are coming into the pits now, and oh geez, we've been preset there for some reason. Grosjean's goes through us a little bit, but that's allowed Grosjean to catch right to us, as for some reason the game resets a bit. I guess it's sort of that we might have been going into the wall there. But get the pistol done. Come on, out.
We're racing on the go now.
Well, I'm not too sure if we ghosted a little bit there, but we're ahead of him, so I'm not too fast. Just managed to get out ahead of him.
Dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Alright, Jeff, I know the F1 rules. But yeah. Now lap 8, we managed to jump Ricardo, Russell and Sainz. Look how far ahead of us he is. He's either had like the best in-lap ever, or I don't know, or he's just had like an insane quick pit stop. I don't know how he's got so much time on us. So we're really gonna have to push now to catch up to him, because he is so far ahead. And now, coming to the end of lap 9, we jump Strong and Weber, and that puts us to P14, but it's not P14 where we were earlier. So these last 5 laps of the race, well 6 laps technically, we are gonna really have to push. As now, move on to lap 12 and there's yellow flag, and
There's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flag. flags.
Yeah, it is. It's Gasly. Gasly is out of the race, and that means there's no points for us today unless I can pull off a miracle drive these last 3 laps. I'm really going to have to push if I'm going to want to get a point for us today. Oh, it's gonna be tough, but really going to have to push to send it a little bit wide there. But now lap 14 right on the back of Sainz. And this means this final lap, we're going to have to make every corner perfect and make sure we can take advantage of every overtaking zone. As we now come out of turn 2, coming down to turn 3. Do we go for a dive? Yes, we do. We go for a big dive on Sainz. A lot of contact there. We get a bit touchy with the back of Perez as we come through turn 4. Oh no! Sainz has span us round for turn 4. And that's it. Any chance of points we had is over as we did knock him a bit there. But he has just completely wiped us out of the race here. And that's it. Any chance of points we had are now gone. So, no points for Toro Rosso today as now have to drive the car home in shame. But, oh my god. Sainz just completely span us there. I guess he wasn't too happy with our dive, so he just had enough and then he spans around. Bottas takes the win at the Australian Grand Prix just like in real life. So we come around the final turn. I wouldn't say it was a bad race. It's a shame we couldn't get any points because we were 17-13, so overall quite constructive.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they still had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Valtteri Bottas takes the top spot. He's our new Drivers' Championship leader after today's result. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day? It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So, obviously not best race for us. No points for the team yet, but I'm sure in the next few races we will be able to pick up some points. But anyway, quite a constructive race I would say overall, and I don't really have much to complain about the fact that Sainz should have got a penalty for that, if I'm being honest.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty happy with that.
You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret?
Best driver. What secret is that?
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip or did you just misjudge some corners?
I didn't hit many walls. I guess I hit a lot of cars, I'd say.
Well,
Not many
thanks
walls.
anyway.
Calm down. Let's get grumpy about it. But anyway, that means in the rivalry between me and Gasly, I'm definitely going to be in the lead as he DNF'd, which is a real shame. Right on the penultimate, no, not the penultimate lap, he DNF'd. When was it? Lap 12 it was, wasn't it, for Pierre. It's a real shame. But, never say never in F1, I guess. Anything can happen.
You're not the only driver to be hounded by the press.
Shut up,
Emails
please.
like the one.
Alright, no, Emma, shut up. Yeah, we've got something to do. interview transcripts. I'm not really going to read because I'm not too interested in what the game's randomly generated Devon Butler to say. He had a quite good race.
What do you think of this one?
I'm pretty sure he got a couple points, so good for him. But I asked Carl what he was recommended, and obviously our engine is the weakest part of the car, and it definitely felt it in the race. So in the end, I did go for the engine upgrade. Yeah, I also went for some general maintenance, just because I don't want like the gearbox to give out for the 6 laps or everything. Just make it a bit of a hassle for us because we don't need penalties at the moment. But here I'm just deciding if I want front downforce or rear downforce, because I couldn't get both. It was only 49 resource points away, but there you go. That's it for this episode, guys. Hope you did enjoy a really interesting race. But yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, and see you on the next one.